or business or music business, however you look at it. So it's like a lot of things that fall under the umbrella of music business. Once again, I'm talking to your favorite producer, your favorite engineer, so they let you know I produce. I produce music. I make beats, if you want to say that. I engineer, which I do the recording, I do the mixing, I do the mastering, I do a lot of things like in post production. So for me, like when I look at the whole spectrum of music and music business, it's like it's things that people talk about, but they don't really just fully look at and fully just discuss as a whole. And the things that people just aren't exposed to that I think like that's kind of what's hindering them. So that's why they be having like inputs on certain things. I mean, and I'm not judging their inputs, but I think that's why like they look at it from one perspective. Whereas like most people say, hey, the music business this, the music this. I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't do that. And I would say it really depends on your situation. It depends on what you're trying to achieve. It depends on what you're doing with it. Because like music business is more than just music, but it's definitely a whole lot of business. So like the music part is just like the craft and just the creating, whether you're an artist, whether you're a song like you the songwriter, you the beat maker, whatever, like that's like the fun part of it. Like that's the cool aspect of it that you just crafting. And but then it's come like a whole different world from when you just crafting or being the engineer, the producer, and you doing it like this, and you putting your talent, like you the talent. There's one thing. Like being a talent is one thing, but being the business is like a whole separate entity. That's why they always tell you, hey, don't mix business with pleasure. Don't do business with friends. Like it's a lot of those key sayings that most people don't really just understand, and they take it so personal. And you can't take the music business personal. And when we say music business, like it can be from like different layers. Like you can be at a lower level to like the highest level, but business is business. Like it's all the same. It's not gonna change. Like business is business. I would say if you can't handle it on the lower level, don't pursue it on the higher level. If 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 the small things bother you, if the smaller tasks they very tedious to you, and they hinder you, it upsets you. You put your feelings into it, and you get frustrated with people that you're working with. I would not do it at the higher level because it's only gonna be more and more. Like you gotta take your emotion out of it. So I give you an example for me. Been doing it for like 15 plus years. Well, I'll say 10 plus years in the actual music part. Like, I mean, just doing it for me, I say 15 plus years. But like, just like trying to establish like a business, say 10 plus years. Then I'll say like many of those years I didn't get it right. But I'm learning to get it right, because when we say business, like business is it's at a deeper level. Like the average person say business is okay, I'm a charge for this service, I'm a charge for that. Like that's the basic level of business. Anybody can do that. Anybody can sell a beat. Anybody can go lease a beat for $30, $50, whatever that may be. Anybody can charge for some service. Like we all have that God given ability based on the talents that we got, because we all have the talents. Like tons of music producers, tons of audio engineers. But like the business part, it get a little bit more technical, because once you learn to separate the talent from, or you learn to incorporate the talent into the business, like this a whole nother uh oh no, I'm not, I haven't played a video game in so long. I haven't played that, but I'm definitely interested in, I kinda wanna get back to it. But like I said, music business, it's just like it's a different level. Like I said, you can make beats, you can sell beats or whatever. You can give beats away. Like that's the bare minimum, cause it's like a product that you created, and just from love and from passion. But then it's like once you start to really just sell it and you start to put it like in a legal context of it, like you making sure you doing all the legal aspect, it kind of get a little bit difficult. And the average person don't want to do like, let's do this legal binding stuff so I can protect myself, you can protect you, and like it's more than just a handshake. It's like is it's really your word and my word. It's like really bond. Like that's how I look at business. I look at business like being like, and then it's some scamming type business. It's some like get over type business. But like the business that I always work is like the good business. Like you doing legit business. You not trying to get over. Like it's a win-win type thing. And those type of things are so hard to do because you come across so many people that try to get over. So you have to learn to set your boundaries. You have to learn to set your prices. Learn to stand on your prices. You have to learn to have things in place that you don't even have to talk about your prices. Your price is your price because it's the value. So that's kind of how I look at music business. So I definitely see how people can jump in it with a passion. Same. And I would say I'm kind of at their standpoint, but and also just like depending on where you at with it, if you the artist, you the producer, if you just stuck want to just be the talent all the time, it's definitely gonna get draining. Like you got to learn how to be able to produce at a mass producer. You got to be able to learn how to create things that 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, like you can still be okay with their product. Once you're able to create something like that, now you can learn how to just really sell your product. You can learn how to market your product. You can learn how to manage your products. You can learn how to do all of these things. So it's difficult. And like so, like I said, music business it's under a big umbrella. Like it's so many things that you really just got to dive into. Like I even thought about a music label, like a record label. And those things, I can see why so many people have issues with that because people always blame the music label, the record label, which I can see that it's like it's all like a money game, but sometimes people think they're entitled to something that they haven't even worked for it, like they haven't even did the back end on it. Like they think, oh, my talent paid for this. Man, talent is cool. Like there's something that as a producer I would look for in the artist. There's something that, as an engineer I would look for in the artist. But like the longer and longer you doing it, like talent ain't even all that if you ain't putting the work at the end. Like if you ain't grinding, if you ain't working on something every day, like talent don't mean nothing. Because when you got talent, you just gonna show up when you want to show up. But like the people that really do it, the hard work, they showing up every day because they know it's not a talent base. It's like a consistency base. It's like a hard working base. And you know, if you do something every day, you basically building a person with talent because they're not working on their skills. They're not crafting. So it's like it's those type of things. So talent don't mean nothing if you ain't doing it every day. If you ain't trying to improve and you ain't trying to get better. So like I said, the music business, it just to each his own. Some days I like it. Some days I'm like, it is what it is. But I'm okay with it because I can easily pivot, and I am pivoting because it's like, okay, one part of our department is like we're gonna forever do music because music is in me, and like I'm always just produce something, but I'm not gonna put my main energy. I'm not gonna be putting my main focus into that. Like the best thing I would say that I did when I had a passion for, I still got a passion for music. Let me be clear. Like, but I'm also having to do so many other roles now. So it's like certain stuff I'm losing out on. So right, talent is there. Yeah, discipline is definitely more important. So the best thing I would say is like when I really was trying to make it. Thank God I didn't do that approach. Like I found my own lane and it's working better for me. But when I was trying to make it like I was making beats every day. I was on the approach of make 3 beats, make 5 beats, make 10 beats. And I didn't quite understand it. But the whole purpose of doing all those things, of making all those beats, because what happened when it comes to a time point when you do get burnt out, when you do get tired, like most people be like, oh man, I can't I don't like this beat no more, I don't like this song no more, it ain't in my vibe no more. Like me personally, I don't agree with it. Like, and we all have our own opinions, but me personally, I know those times when I was putting all that energy into getting better, all that hard work and dedication, I was getting better, and I was producing some of the best stuff possible. I was producing some of my best beats. So like now I can go back and like I don't have to make beats anymore. If anything, maybe I had to go back and mix the beat a little bit better. Maybe I can change out something, but I don't have to physically just make beats anymore. So that's just something that I want to mention to you guys. But we finna go ahead and go to church. But I'm gonna come back later and I'm gonna break it down a little bit more clear, because I don't want to seem like I'm just rambling right now. But when we get out of church, I'm gonna have like a little more clear head and more time to actually be able to discuss these things, and hopefully can help someone. Can hopefully just, it's just a discussion. So it don't even mean that I'm right. It's just my opinion. But we definitely gonna talk about it a little bit later. So I hope you guys can join back on later and like let's have like a little deeper context about it.